What's going on, football fans? It's your boy Lolo, and I'm back on the stoop after another glorious Leeds United victory, 4-0. It was looking, the first 5-10 minutes of the match was looking like, oh shit, Burnley's coming out fierce. Burnley's coming out trying to say, no, we've been here, we've been in the Premier League. Y'all need to chill out. We're gonna put you back in your place. And then Leeds United did what Leeds United does, and I think just exhausted them, and then caught them on the counterattack. So what a good win for Leeds United. What a good dominant performance. And I gotta say, another good showing from a guy that we were making fun of in the beginning of the year, calling him Miss Leslie because we couldn't pronounce his name. But I gotta say, Elan Melier, once again, with a clean sheet, owning that goal, coming out against these big-ass Burnley attackers and defenders and snatching the ball out of midair. Fantastic job. So, listen, I am here by myself on the stoop because Spawny Mark didn't want to get on the train this morning. But guess who called in? Here he is. Let's bring Mark on. Oh, no, fuck it.
Just bring me on.
I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch this match. That's about all that can be asked of me today.
No, Director John's who cares? James is here.
Burnley just lulled me to sleep in the second half. So I was like, oh, shit, I got a show to do.
Yeah, James, I like that you wait until we're live to concern yourself with your hair.
Man,
and then you did this
happy hour. I'm feeling a little rough.
Exactly, man.
I'm feeling a little rough. And no, I woke up this morning and I forgot that my phone died last night. Of course, I used my alarm on my phone to get me up for these early matches. And luckily, I woke up and the sun was shining through. I was like, oh, God, what time is it? I looked over. And it was 6:35, so I missed the first 5 minutes of the match, which of course apparently Burnley did okay that part. And so that's nothing but Leeds.
So that was the reason Burnley was doing well, was because James was asleep.
I was sleeping.
As soon as James woke up,
I was able to communicate with Bielsa, come on, El Loco, get this, come on.
Well, good. Well, I like this fluff up top because you're giving yourself the peacock look, and not Peacock Farrell, not the Peacock Farrell look.
The BPF.
How much did Burnley miss?
Had a rough go today.
He was. Yeah. So listen, guys, before we get all into this, I just want to recognize all the Stoop crew who's in the house right now. Who do we have? Darren, Paul, Adriano. The Karen C is here, Richard Wakeman, Ben Ireland, Graham, LS14 Tony, all you guys. I just want to say Anders, Grogan, everybody. And Mr. Tom is not here yet, so somebody wake his ass up.
Wow.
But I want to say what's up to the Stoop crew. After most of you guys were on last night until all hours of the morning with happy hour, which was fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. There's Mr. Tom. But like with all of our post matches these days, if you're a Stoop crew member, you have access to a call-in link. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to start taking some calls from you, the audience, and our Stoop crew members. So if you're not a Stoop crew member and you do want to call into the show, you got to show some love. All right. So, so let's get into it. Let's go right away and go with man of the match here, because I think it was a little bit tough, but Via Martin says Alioski man of the match for his face pulling.
Yeah, that was disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Why? That's what he does.
It's just classless, man. I expect more from Leeds.
You expect more from Alioski?
I expect more from that team, and that was just kind of childish.
No,
I didn't like it.
Come on.
I didn't like it.
Like, James,
let's keep the team.
That's Alioski's like a little gadfly out there.
Yeah, well, he shot a ball today like a gadfly. That's the miss of the year.
He's an instigator like Woody Woodpecker.
Mark making fun of him for that terrible shot he took. But then he took a better one, and then I gotta say that ball over the top to Rodrigo, which could have been Rodrigo's hat trick. That ball over the top was glorious. Jesus.
Yeah.
So Alioski, I was thinking, was having a rough go of it in the first half, ended up having a damn good match. And I think the reason he was having a harder time was because Jack Harrison wasn't on point. And you saw Alioski pointing to Harrison like, go that way. And Harrison not budging, so he passes it anyway into the space. Harrison doesn't get to it and turns around and is like this. And Alioski is just like, yeah, you should have ran earlier. So I think Harrison was having a bad game. I didn't enjoy him getting the goal.
Well, I mean, that was like, it was
a good flick.
Him like little sheepishly. I don't even think it was an intended flick. I think it just ricocheted off his leg.
He was in the way.
But Harrison had that really nice assist to on Rodrigo's first goal, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I thought that was pretty.
Yeah,
I just hate when people end up with assisting goals when they were really having a poor performance before. But anyway, no, he played better in the second half, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Jack Harrison, I've got a little animosity towards him. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So, James, I know you have to leave. That's why we're started so soon. So give us all of your thoughts. Let's get as much James as we can before we got to go.
No, I thought it was a clinical performance. I thought it was I thought it was fantastic. Rodrigo, I think you got a taste of what Rodrigo can bring to the table next season. Like I said, I mean, we're really not going to know because Rodrigo, he had COVID, he's been injured a lot. We don't really know what Rodrigo can do when healthy for an extended period of time. But I think you saw today what he can bring. And so next season, we're going to be able to see it. And I think that's when, Rodrigo is going to really blossom in this system. And I think that's my takeaway from today's match, really, is just seeing what Rodrigo can do, because Rodrigo can get the ball outside the box and then do something with it, which is not really Patty's forte. Patty's forte is, getting inside the box, getting a delivery, getting service in there and doing something while in the box. Rodrigo, you get the ball outside the box, you take people on, take defenders on, and score. And that's his thing. And I think today he saw what he can do. And that's, like I said, that's my takeaway from the match, really. So he's my man of the match.
Rodrigo. Yeah.
And I think he could easily had a hat trick on a couple of occasions. I think Tyler Roberts decided to pass the ball to him instead of taking that shot. I think that might have been his hat trick right there.
Yeah. He had multiple chances for that hat trick, and a soft little shout for a penalty, but it wasn't really a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty.
So you must be super excited to have, looking forward as Leeds fans, to have a full season of Rodrigo and Rafinha healthy, because Rodrigo in that role with Bamford, I think if him and Bamford will benefit immensely from a healthy Rodrigo. When it's only Bamford up top, people kind of have him figured out, and you just stick to him tight and don't give him any space. He's not going to create those openings the way that Rodrigo will. But if Rodrigo's on the pitch with him, I think those two, especially with Rafinha, you guys are looking. And then, as we said, if you get a couple players to fill in the squad there.
Well, like I said last night, I mean, can you imagine how good this team would be with a central attacking midfielder? Because you really don't have.
Oh, Conche says right here, Pereira from West Brom. That would be a fantastic addition in there.
Oh, could you imagine? Yeah, I mean, it's. Some Leeds fans are lukewarm on him, but I think he'd be fantastic in this system.
Look what he's done with West Brom. They're terrible, and he just does individual plays that are just like amazing. Yeah. So listen, who's your man of the match? Let's get your man of the match.
Rodrigo.
Oh yeah, sorry, you said Rodrigo. Mark, who's your man of the match?
It's kind of tough. I thought Stuart Dallas was really good in the first half. Harrison, I didn't think was as bad as you had mentioned. Because he had a couple of those assists. But Melier is going to be my man of the match. He was plastic man.
Yeah, he was great
in the net today. He was just like, everywhere.
Yeah,
and using all of that. What is it, 6'5" frame or something like that? He's massive. Yeah. He's massive.
Yeah. They saw him next to Reeves last week. How he powered over Reeves.
Yeah.
Taller. I was like, holy shit. He's a tall.
And to be in the box against Burnley, they're a bunch of giants, and they love hitting. The entire match, they were taking shots, which I thought was very fun to watch because they were taking physical shots at you guys and knocking y'all down before the rest.
Westwood could have. You could argue that he should have had a red. He pushed the referee. Come on.
Yeah. Was he the one who gave a knee in the back to Llorente?
I think so. Yeah.
No, that was.
Who was it?
I thought that was Cork.
It might have been. Yeah. Whatever. Like Westwood today was just. He was. Yeah. He's a dirty fucker.
Yeah. So Polish Lampard was man of the match. Who's Polish? Wow. Okay. Who's Polish Lampard? Kleek. I thought he was all right, but listen, when you see this 4-0 scoreline, right away you're thinking, okay, man of the match has to be one of these strikers, has to be one of these attacking people, maybe a central midfielder. But I gotta say, Burnley took it to y'all. For the first 20, 30 minutes of the match, they took it to you. And you know who was there every single time? Was fucking Diego Llorente.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some shouts for Llorente, man. Look right there, Llorente's future Leeds United captain.
I try to mix it up because I think last week Llorente was my man of the match, and Dallas has been my man of the match a bunch of times this year. Melier has been my man of the match a bunch of times. Phillips, of course. I try to mix it up. So I'm giving it to Rodrigo today because, we haven't really seen Rodrigo, at his healthiest this year. So it's just,
dude, imagine if he played the whole match. Now somebody
played the whole year.
I just want to say what's up to all the Stoop crew members who have joined us since I first said good morning, because I see we got Chris here. We got Bob from Retrovolt. Graham is still here. Who else did I see? Saul, what's going on, Saul? And I love Stoop crew members. You see this love? You see this love we give each other? As soon as Bob shows up, other Stoop crew members are saying what's up to him.
No.
That's Saul in Australia and Bob in Southern California saying what's up to each other on a Brooklyn
family, man.
Leeds.
That's one big family. It spans
I just
the
love
globe.
it. And the Stoop is becoming one big family as well. Yeah. So don't forget, guys, in just a little bit, we're gonna open up the line so you guys can call in, but you gotta be a Stoop crew member in order to get that link to call in. There you go. Thank you for that, Mr. Mark. Right. But there was one. You gotta go? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right. Well, thank you very much, James. So everybody, James has to get to work at 9 a.m. So that's some dedication for you there.
That's it. It's gonna be a dodgy ride into the French Quarter, I can tell you.
All right.
No school zone today. It's a Saturday, so no school zone. So I don't have to worry about hitting kids. So it's all right.
Nice.
Anyway, all right.
You should still worry about hitting kids. Like it should always be something you worry about.
Exactly.
And so everybody say, Stoop crew, say peace out to James. Thank you so much for calling in, James. We love you.
Big good, James.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, guys, we had to rush that out once again because James' boss forces him to work at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. So we got to get these. We got to get our James time while we can get
it.
Now Mark and I are going to talk for a little bit, read some comments and all that stuff. And we will open up the call lines in just a few minutes. So if anybody wants to call in and give us your thoughts on the match and on everything, and go ahead and go to the community section of our YouTube channel homepage. You will see the StreamYard link and you guys can call in. And for Patreon members, go to the Patreon and there's a new post today. and you should be able to get that link right there. So I saw Justin is here. Justin Cross, having a hard time getting on last night. You should have that link, and if you want to call in, feel free to do it. So, Mark, I want to ask you, there was a question up here. What's going on, Ben? Got up at 4:30. Damn. Somebody said here, and I lost the comment, but somebody said, what do you think this means for Bamford coming off and Rodrigo making that big of an impact?
Yeah,
Does that mean anything to Bamford? And to me, I say no.
I don't think it means anything to Bamford. He's proven himself this season. You know, he has what 15 goals this season? 15. You know, he works hard. He puts in the shift. Bielsa loves him. This is more about getting Rodrigo some time. You know, let's get him out there and let's get him out there and see where he's at. You know, I mean, to go from COVID to the knee injury, injured his knee, I think. You know, he hasn't had. They don't know what they have with him.
Yeah.
So this is them giving an opportunity. It's like, get out there. Let's get you some minutes.
Yeah. So I think you're totally right. Bielsa knows who he is, and he plays his role. It's not like Bamford and Rodrigo play the same role.
Exactly.
They don't do the same things, and I think it was a brilliant tactical decision by Bielsa to recognize. This is the fucking thing that I hate about Arteta is like recognize that something's not working.
Yeah,
and make a change.
But Arteta's not going to admit to anything valuable. You know, he's nothing's his fault. He's perfect. You know, that's the way he goes in. You know, with this, I don't know. It's like it's almost as if he demands his imprint on the game.
Yeah, and I hate that.
You know, and rather than. This is the squad I've got. These guys play well together, and they're gonna do this rather than to be. Well, you didn't do what I wanted you to do, and that's why we lost the game. You know, or definitely. You looked at me wrong, so you're gonna sit down for 3 weeks. You know, or you know that whole like, well, we're gonna find out who talked to the media. We're gonna find out the snitch.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Arteta anymore. It's making me fucking depressed. So listen, guys, we have over 100 people watching right now, and there's 25 likes. So if we can get up to 50 likes, I will open up the call lines. We have people waiting already. I see you guys there. I see you, Bobby Lala. I see you, Keith. Just hang tight. But if we can get to 50 likes in the next in a couple minutes, we'll open up those lines. See what we got to do to get you guys to push the button.
That's it.
Or 50 dislikes. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. You don't like my hat?
And look, we're at 46 already. Here we go. All right. Do you guys want to see Keith? Let's get Keith on. Hold on, John. Not yet. We're only at 46, guys. So 50. There we go. See, that was super quick,
so
guys.
easy.
I really appreciate it. I see you down there as well, Bob. We were gonna start with Keith, but he's on the phone now. So Bobby Lala, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's going on, Bobby?
Good. Are you Bobby Two Scoops as well?
Yeah.
Bobby La Mano Negra. What's going on, Bobby? Good to finally meet you.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? I just wanted to make some comments about Burnley. I'll be very quick, but I just don't like that team. And I'll tell you why. Charlie Taylor, for a start, he left us in the lurch. Chris Woods, he also, he played for us for the first season, had some injuries. The fans got on his back. Then he played really, really well for a season. But you know, as soon as he got the chance to move, when Rodrizzini came in, he was off. But the guy I really, really don't like is Mateusz Vidra. The reason being, right? He when Kemar Roof went off to Anderlecht, when Vincent Kompany tapped him up, we needed a replacement. Now Vidra had a really good season at Derby County that year. He's got a lot of goals. I can't remember quite how many. But he came to Thorpe Arch for a medical, and guess what? He turned up pissed. He was disrespectful to all the staff. I don't know. I just that guy. So I was really. He's good with his feet. He's dangerous, but I was just so pleased when he didn't do anything against us because the guy's just garbage. I don't want to swear, but I just don't like the man. Anyway,
I don't want to swear, Bobby. You know our show.
Yeah.
You say whatever you want on the stoop. You say what you want, but you have to deal with the repercussions. So
no, fair play.
If your boss doesn't want to hear you cussing or something, or if you say something
I'm
terrible,
boss, so I don't need to worry about that.
Well, then good. Just don't fire yourself.
I really enjoyed the show, though, guys. So I'll make it quick. I'm not a great talker, but really pleased to
thank you so much, Bobby. Well, listen, thank you for that insight on Vidra and on Chris Wood, because from everything that we kind of hear from it on the side, Chris Wood, I thought was kind of not hated by Leeds fans, and from what I felt, wasn't like, oh, he left us, we hate that guy. It was kind of like, no, he had to just move on.
To be fair to him, I mean, he scored a lot of goals. I think he scored a goal every other game. Or
every other game. It was like 88 games, 44 goals.
Season was really, really good. But the stick that he got from the crowd, I mean, it was similar to what Bamford got when he first turned up. The South Stand really gave him some stick. And I think that stuck with Chris Woods. When he turned up, he came with all this, I'm going to be the next... I'm going to be the next big thing, yada, yada, yada. And a little bit of stick. He was too delicate. He was too precious. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Bobby Lala. We really enjoy you with the comments.
Thanks, Bobby.
Stoop crew, give it up for Bobby. Give it up for Bobby. Thank you so much, man. We're going to get to some more calls. That's interesting, Mark, thinking about the whole... when you're watching Premier League and not just thinking about the current season, not thinking about everything. Have you spent all our money on a Picasso painting? Nah, we haven't been getting that much money from y'all. We get enough to keep the show going, which is fantastic.
Man. That's true.
Very interesting to think about, when players leave your club and how they leave your club. And it's all about burning bridges and not burning bridges. So
right. I think when Jota played in the second game against Wolves. I was happy to see him score. He didn't play in the first one because I think that was like the start of his knee injury. But there's no hard feelings there for me. But wondering why Doherty left the team to sit on a bench for Tottenham. Not a big fan of that.
Because Tottenham was all or nothing, and he was betting on all.
I guess, man, he got nothing. All right, and there's talk of like some chatter in the fan bases. It's like, oh well, we could bring him back, and I'm like, why? He left. Let him go. Yeah. So for me, there is that kind of that little bit of bitterness and animosity for him. Because he did play a real prominent role for the Wolves, and now doesn't play any role whatsoever. But with Jota, it's like, that was expected. Yeah. We got good money for him.
All right. I just want to say what's up to the new Stoop crew members who are joining us. Paul H. We learned how to say that last night. What's going on? I'd like to see how our Stoop drawing is going. We're going to get him to do it. We're going to get him to do it eventually. We'll have to pay him. But let's go ahead and bring in another Stoop crew member. You guys know him. Little Irish guy from London who lives in London. Oh, wait, no. He lives in Leedsden now. Everybody, Stoop crew, say what's up to Keith, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, Keith?
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
How you doing? Lads, there's a guy who I'm not sure if you saw it in the chat there, Bob from California. He said he wants to jump in front of me. I just said that if he wants to go in ahead of me, I'm happy to wait. He says he's on the way to work.
Actually, Keith, you're just too damn nice.
Let's bring Bob on. We can.
This is it. Fans are too nice.
Hey, Keith, how you doing, man?
You can hang out here, Keith.
Hey, Bob.
That was very nice of you, Keith. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say.
All right, let's hear it. What's going on, Bob? Good morning. And guys,
good morning.
He's not in a dark room. He's outside. It's just like 2 o'clock in the morning over there.
I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, no doubt.
Unbelievable. But yeah, I was great result today. Obviously, really, really good result. I think what we saw today was the future of football versus the past of football. I just tuned in just as you were saying, Lolo, that Burnley were really giving it to us in the first 20 minutes or so. They kind of were. I thought we were soaking it up, though. I didn't think we looked particularly troubled. You were.
It wasn't like a frantic sort of oh shit. It was like okay, lads, let them do that. Just don't let anything pass. And that's where I thought Llorente earned his money, was in that first 30 minutes. Llorente was all over the place. He was putting himself in the right positions to make crosses. Like, he wasn't being reactionary. He was being a school teacher. What's the opposite of reactionary? Come on, Keith. What do we have you on here? Give me words.
Give us the word, Keith.
Reactionary. I don't know. I was in the chat there. Sorry.
Pay attention in class, Keith. Come on.
Pay attention, Keith. I'm going to call your.
Is it proactionary? I don't know.
Proaction.
No. He's being preemptive. Proactive
is a great word.
Proactive, and
getting on the front foot.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
There you go. Putting themselves in good positions. So Bob, continue.
Oh yeah, no, I know Rodrigo came on, scored 2 fantastic goals today, but Llorente was my man of the match. I thought that's the best I've seen him play. I thought he had Chris Woods in his pocket all day. I was really worried about Woods there. I thought Woods was going to have a field day and put a couple in. He's been on fire. He's a strong player, as we all know. And but I thought Llorente just kept him quiet, kept him absolutely quiet all game. So when he empties out his pockets, Chris Woods going to fall out in the back. So it's. Fantastic for him today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. What a signing, and originally we were a little concerned with the signing because you guys signed him and nothing. I think he got injured right away or something, or he just
early on,
never showed up or something.
Almost looked a bit worrying today as well with the knee in the back.
Yeah, well, I mean, the knee in the back was just typical Burnley today. It's put yourself about Wimbledon circa 1985 style, and that's what I'm talking about, future football, past football. Sean Dyche is playing a 4-4-2, and to change the game up, he takes off 2 strikers and brings on 2 strikers.
A lot of hit and hope, wasn't there? There was a lot of long balls forward.
Yeah, there were a lot of long balls forward. It was funny because Charlie Taylor played a ball down the channel a couple of times that was a ball that we used to play in the championship all the time under the likes of Gary Monk. And I was just like, well, you've progressed as a footballer, Charlie. It's
So somebody mentioned Charlie Taylor in the comments earlier and said, what would we think about Charlie Taylor coming over to Leeds?
Not after the way he left. He took himself out of the equation because he wanted to go play Premiership football. I believe he just took himself out of being called up like 2 or 3 matches in a row. He just said, I'm not going to play anymore. That's basically what he did. That's after 14 years. Yeah, that's after 14 years or so of being at Leeds.
Really?
He just said, yeah. So screw Charlie Taylor. Charlie Taylor can go play for Celtic as far as I care.
And hold on one second, guys. I just want to say, if you guys are trying to call in right now, we see you down there. We're just talking with Bob and Keith for a little bit, and we'll get to you guys shortly. And Stoop Crew members, go to the community section of our homepage of the YouTube channel homepage, and you will see the link to call in. You guys can call in. Patreon members, you'll have a new post where that link is there as well. And if you are not a member of the Stoop Crew and you want to talk to us, just got to click that button and join the Stoop Crew. You also get to use all these cool emojis. So Stoop Crew members, show them all those emojis they get to use. And did you guys see I added a Leeds United emoji for you guys this week. There's also an Arsenal one. You guys can feel free to use the Arsenal one too.
I've been using the Arsenal one a bit.
Ooh,
oh yeah.
Stop using the Arsenal one, Keith. What's wrong with you, man?
Just to make Lolo happy.
It's up there for a reason.
You got a yellow card, Keith.
Needs a red card for that case, man.
I'm too nice.
Look at that.
I'm too nice to Leeds.
And here come all the Leeds United emojis. All of you couldn't throw one Arsenal one in there, guys. There's like 47 Leeds United.
There you go.
And not to mention, you could throw up an emoji of our director. You know?
Yeah, there's Director John. There's Najee. There's James, of course. There's me and Mark.
Yeah.
Fun times. If Arsenal made toilet paper, I'd use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just,
they really should. Okay.
I want to say that I'm just emotionally scarred as well from last week, guys. I've never seen the desecration of a US flag quite like I've seen on this channel.
Yeah.
I think I had nightmares about that budget.
Who was that?
All week.
Who was that?
That's one of your brethren. That's my neighbor.
I was just wondering. Oh, okay.
That's my neighbor Liam. Yeah, he's from Cork.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of Irish in Brooklyn, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of Irish in the US.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Brooklyn. I don't know if you've seen it with Saoirse Ronan. Where she moved over to Brooklyn. Yeah.
And so she starts a football show, and she gets really famous and wins an Oscar. No, that's Liam.
Idea.
And so Liam was wearing his budgie smugglers, as he calls them.
Yeah.
He goes swimming out at Coney Island in the ocean every other day throughout the winter.
That's crazy.
There's a tradition.
He's one of the polar bears.
Yeah, there's a Dublin tradition. You were asking about Balbriggan. There's a place not too far from Balbriggan called Dunleary, where every Christmas they go to the 40-foot. There's actually a bar named after it now called the 40-foot, which is a Wetherspoons. You might be aware of the place in UK brand, but 40-foot is basically a traditional swim that you do in Dunleary in Dublin, and it's freezing cold. And it's just kind of, and you go out there and you just see a lot of people. Obviously, last year would have been the first time they didn't get to do it properly, but with the lockdown and everything. But Irish people are just mad. People jumped during Hurricane Ophelia a few years ago. People were jumping in the same place. They're mental. We're mental, I could say.
I couldn't imagine.
So I'm not surprised
crazy.
about Liam.
All during lockdown as well, he would go out to Coney Island, which isn't too far from here, and we're like, it's freezing. What are you doing? He's like, getting the Corona frozen off of me. I'm just like, you're out of your mind. But no, he loves John, and he was like, you're doing a birthday for him. I'll come out. And I was like, just, don't wear shorts because you're gonna sit right here, and we're gonna be looking up your shorts. And he goes, got it. Got it. So he goes in and takes everything off. Well, guys, is there anything else that you guys want to add for this? So, Bob, we got your man of the match. Keith, who would be your man of the match?
Calvin Phillips.
Calvin Phillips
was unreal today. I can't argue against Llorente either. I'd say it's the perfect example of a match with two man of the matches. But Calvin Phillips controlled everything. Do you remember his pass where it's midair? Yeah, you remember
to Jack Harrison.
Yeah.
That was that was beautiful, and it's just effortless.
Mm-hmm.
It's just effortless.
It was effortless.
He fizzes it into Jack Harrison for Rodrigo's last goal. I thought Jack Harrison, to be honest, Mark, I agree with you. For the first half, he was kind of maybe whipping it in when he should have maybe been trying to drive it a little bit further forward. We don't really win penalties, and I think he's the man who should be winning us penalties alongside Rafinha. We just don't get them because they're too honest, aren't they, players? But then I think he gets 2 assists. So, and the goal, obviously, which he does. I don't know. It looks like he kind of might mean it, but I know there's a lot of pessimists who will say that he gets lucky or it just deflects off his leg. It looks like he's pulling it back. I just
want him to have a good 90 minutes. I feel like he goes from being really bad to being in the right spot or picking one good pass. The pass to Rafinha was absolutely. To Rodrigo was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Slotted him right in. That first touch from Rodrigo was absolutely spot. Everything about it, and the chip. Everything about that was absolutely fantastic.
He's very clinical. He looks like he's.
But I'm like, the rest of the game, Yeah, exactly. And Steve, we see you down there. Don't worry, we'll get to you in just a second. All right, we're double dipping with these guys. But
I just work real quick. I think that Rodrigo's going to have words with Tyler Roberts at the end of the match there in the dressing room. There was a point there where there was a point there. Tyler could have slipped him in for his hat trick, and instead he did the usual Tyler Roberts decision and made the wrong decision. So that was that's going to be an interesting talk after the game, I should imagine.
Talk to this guy about it. Tyler Roberts needs to impress.
Hey man, that was pretty inexcusable as far as I'm concerned. He should have definitely passed the ball off him
for sure. Yeah,
because but
I think he sees. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Sorry.
No. You're right. He sees this opportunity, and he what he imagines in his head and what he produces are completely different things. I'm not saying I'm souring on the guy, but he's had his opportunities.
I think Tyler always gets 100 an A for effort all the time in my book, but his decision making is I don't know if it's up to this level. I really don't. And I like Tyler Roberts. I think he's a good lad. He's been a good servant for Leeds, but at this level, particularly maybe just this season, his decision making in various matches has been questionable.
Listen, one season on loan, Roberts will come back and be up. One season on loan,
but to which
it's anywhere. Send Tyler Roberts anywhere that he can get playing time.
I think someone will take him down the bottom of the league.
Yeah, or like send him to like Germany or somewhere. Who knows? Like anywhere where he can get a little bit of quality football on an aggressive team, and he can because right now
teach him a little bit of discipline.
Right now, the choices, the bad choices. That's Tyler Roberts helicopter. Okay, I'll stop talking shit.
Yeah, I think you send Roberts.
Learn some fundamentals. He needs to learn some fundamentals. No, sorry, no, just.
Yeah, I think if you send Roberts back down to the Championship, it's going to be no good for anybody, especially Roberts.
No. That's why I think he needs to go. Has to stay at this level.
Yeah. Maybe, like you said, maybe abroad to Germany or somewhere like that if someone's going to take him, or maybe even north of the border, maybe play under Stevie G up at Rangers or at Celtic or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Listen, fellas,
I think Germany's a great shout.
Do you guys have more time to talk with us?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's bring Steve in and we'll talk with Steve as well.
Sure.
And
what's up, Steve?
Steve Manning,
what's up,
buddy?
MOT?
Hi guys, what a game,
What a game, lads. Yeah, what a game.
So let's get Steve's thoughts. How are you, Steve, man? Why don't you let us know what you feel like talking to us about? Anything. You can talk about Arsenal. You can talk about Wolves.
No, thanks.
You can talk about the game you just watched.
Can I just say about Roberts? He was signed as a striker.
Yeah.
He's played as a striker, but I think signed at West Brom. On loan at Walsall and the Wales national team, he plays up front. So I think it's a little bit harsh to say he's not a class midfielder. I don't think he is a midfielder.
Yeah, well, that's where he's being played, though, isn't it?
That's a good
point. But is that his fault?
No, it's true. But is he better than Rodrigo or Bamford? He's not, is he?
Not.
He's not. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. I see what you're saying.
I think if you compare it to Rodrigo, it's quite similar because often Rodrigo's been brought on in that playmaking role sometimes, and Roberts has been in front of him or something, and Rodrigo hasn't shone. But when Rodrigo has the space behind him and people to kind of pull players, and he can pull players, I think it really helps him. And Tyler might just need that, but he just doesn't have that confidence for Bielsa to put him up front, does he?
I think he's neither fish nor fowl. He's not a great striker or a great midfield player, really.
So listen,
Rodrigo showed he showed in today's game that he's a striker.
Touch of class today.
Absolutely. So listen, I think Bielsa, because like, who are we to question what Bielsa's doing with Tyler Roberts, right? But I think Bielsa recognizes that Tyler Roberts isn't really Premier League striker material, but he sees something in them.
It's his work rate.
He sees his work rate, and so he drops him back, and maybe a number 9 role is something for him. Maybe a number 9 role is something for him there. I'm not sure, but Bielsa is clearly has a plan with him. He's doing something. You know, all season long, we've been saying how lucky Patrick Bamford is and how lucky Meslier is.
Yeah.
Because on any other Premier League team, a couple bad matches, you're on the bench.
Yeah.
Bamford starts every single match. Meslier starts every single match. He can have the worst outing, like some goals he gave away to Arsenal that you talk to James and he's like, those are Meslier 100% his fault. He starts the next match. It's never in doubt.
Yeah.
And
maybe
how
that'll change next season. Maybe next season we get a stronger squad, a deeper squad. I'm really hoping so.
Maybe, but Bielsa likes to play with small squads, though.
He always has done,
you know, wherever he's been, he's always had a small squad. So I don't think we're going to get an influx of signings necessarily. Maybe one or two. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even going to pretend to understand the mind of Bielsa. I mean, I'm only a mere mortal.
No,
I think Angus Kinnear has said that he wants that they're looking at least 3 or 4.
Oh, really?
Left back,
again, that
left back,
yeah, definitely a left back. He needs one.
Listen, if you guys are going to challenge for Europe next season, you need to start developing a deeper squad now. Like I've been saying, I hope you guys don't get into Europe this season because it may be detrimental to you next season. Look at what happened to Wolves as well, you know? Yeah. So take this time, get 3 or 4, but keep the squad mostly the same. Your squad is fucking doing damage, and it's not like...
Absolutely.
And everyone's like, oh, once Leeds gets figured out, this will all be done. The second half of the season, everyone will figure Leeds out. Well, I'm sorry. They just had an undefeated death month of April.
Yeah.
Which last night, I don't know if you guys were on the show and saw me get very angry that freaking Stevie Bruce got manager of the month. Fuck off.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, sorry for bringing that
up. Look at the schedule from Newcastle and see what they did, and you could change your mind because it was a pretty tough run for Newcastle as well. They were just
pretty tough versus 4 of the
Man
big
United.
6.
What? Okay, so what? You're hanging on one word. You're hanging on one word because you didn't get your Bielsa to be manager of the month.
What word am I hanging on?
This wasn't cleared up last night, was it, boys?
No, it was not.
Blood right here. There's bad blood, lads.
I'm sorry. There's nothing that you can tell me that Newcastle had a tougher month.
Let's get Mark with a C back.
Did you not see Newcastle's schedule during that month?
Yeah, I did.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did.
I did. You brought it up yesterday.
Absolutely. And
their
that was
schedule
a tough
was all
run
right.
for a much shittier team. And they were able to play very, very well and get out from the risk of relegation. With the great month that Leeds had, what did it do for them? Did it raise them up higher up the table? Did it raise it way up the table? No. No. They stayed right where they are.
Had they lost those like they were supposed to, they would have. Now, other teams did shitty enough to get relegated super early, but they may have been way down here.
Exactly.
Look,
if Newcastle doesn't do what they do, they may have been relegated.
I'll tell you something. I live in Leeds, right? And I speak to Leeds fans every day. All my friends are Leeds fans. The family Leeds fans. We were saying before April, because such a bad month, we might get into this relegation fight here.
Yeah,
we all will get dragged down a bit into
not
15th to 16th, and unbeaten.
Yeah. Not lost a top ticket at home all season.
Exactly,
yeah.
What is it? It's a participation trophy for Bruce, I think. Honestly,
for anybody. Yeah. For anybody, I mean, that's what it is. It's kind of, But
also you say that.
Hey, fellas, one second. I just realized I didn't bring out my charger for my laptop, and we're doing really well. So I'm going to run in and get it. You guys talk amongst yourself. If anyone runs off with my laptop, tell them to bring it back.
Oh no!
Somebody grab that.
It's dangerous. But lads, we were saying like that. That Leeds had like the potential to be found out. Let's be honest, though. They've been playing the same way for 2 years, and every team in the Premier League has had, if they had any ounce of a brain like Bielsa did, even 10% of a brain that Bielsa did, they would have found us out. They would have figured out a way to beat us. I think the idea is that there just isn't a way unless you get a bit lucky and you find us on a bad day or your system suits playing against us.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and I'm sick of hearing. I'm betting every other Leeds fan's sick of hearing that we're going to run out of steam. We're going to be found out.
Oh,
you know, it's the same crap over and over again. Well,
it's a mantra, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it is.
You know, if anything, I think that what happened was the opposite had happened. Leeds has figured out the rest of the league.
Yeah,
you know, they're healthy and they're playing superb. I'm looking forward to seeing them play next year for certain. You know, but I don't think it's anything that a team needs to like figure out. You know what Leeds is going to do. It's just Leeds is better at it than most teams are. You know, and
you need to.
And so it's a matter of like, God, I can't catch up on you. You know, Burnley got ridden into the ground today. I mean, Burnley by like 20 minutes left in the game were just like, fuck it, we don't want to play anymore. This is just kicking our ass.
Yeah.
Like, Mark, credit to Wolves. Wolves have been one of the few teams to be able to get our number in the entire season. Like, two times.
Both times. Completely. They really did.
Yeah.
They really did. They really.
So your manager's a really smart person.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Trying to score points with Storey, Mark, right there.
Not a yellow card for me.
I don't know.
For compliments.
Probably just for me. It covers my face perfectly.
I thought the best team that we played at Ellen Road all season was actually Leicester, to be fair. I thought Leicester
they gave us a bit of lesson.
They gave us a right lesson. They really did. But, I mean...
Or Vardy did.
Yeah, Vardy did, yeah.
He absolutely murdered us, Vardy.
Yeah, Vardy carved us apart. But Wolves, you're absolutely right, Keith. I thought Wolves just
came with a plan
and absolutely just cancelled us out, and that was the way to do it. But I can't see the likes of Liverpool or Chelsea or Scum or anyone coming to playing like that, because that's not how they play. You know,
no, not at all.
You know, fair play to Wolves.
Yeah, so we were talking about it last night and saying that nobody's come out and absolutely dominated Leeds United. But then, of course, we mentioned the Scum match.
Oh, yeah.
Where, you were. But once again,
they were very clinical.
That was the first 10 minutes. And then the rest of the match was a match.
After 6 minutes, wasn't it?
I'll say it again, and I know I've said it on here before, but at 4-2 down, I honestly thought we were going to come back and draw 4-4.
Yeah,
I really did. I'm not just saying it because...
And against
No, it was definitely something that could happen.
Yeah. Well, then again, it could have ended up 10-6, so, you know, it was that type of match.
Yeah.
It was similar to Arsenal, wasn't it? The 4-2 loss.
It's fun times to be a Leeds fan. I'm 63, right? Saw my first Leeds game at 6 years old.
Yeah.
So it was 1964, my first
there
match.
you go.
So I've seen some really
some real players.
And some really, really poor Leeds sides. But this
Bremner era.
The most entertaining Leeds team I've ever seen. I like the Reeves team.
It's and I'm furious. I'm furious with the Premier League. I keep sending in letters, handwritten notes to the Premier League saying, stop putting Leeds United on Friday or first thing in the morning, because then the rest of the weekend is boring.
Saturday morning is 4 a.m. for me. I'm gonna have to write to him as well. I'm gonna have to sign on all that letter. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't get to bed till midnight either, and I've got to go to work here in about an hour and a half. So.
And I'll just be having a granddad now.
Yeah, maybe so. But coffee and Leeds United keeps me going. So there we go.
I really admire you fans abroad who still support Leeds. I mean, Irish fans. I get a bus occasionally. I get on the special down at home games, and it's like a bus in Ireland sometimes. There's so many Irish Leeds fans. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It really is.
Do you know my dad started supporting Leeds because the Chelsea Leeds Cup final in '74, completely randomly. It's just like that was the only reason. Like, it's mad.
Yeah, but the Steve, loyal.
I was going to ask Steve. I wanted to ask you about. You were saying that you're living in Leeds, and have you had a chance? Were you in for the raffle for the?
I didn't enter it. I didn't enter it. I go
give people a chance.
Yeah, well, my partner's about the same age as me, and we sit together at Leeds, so our seats are linked. So it's not as though I'd get one and she wouldn't, or vice versa, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we said, I said to her, "Are you bothered?" She says, "Well, you're jumping through hoops, you're filling forms out, you're wearing a mask, you're sitting apart." And part of me wants a young lad who's never seen Leeds, You know,
Yeah.
at this level. I've seen us win with league 3 times.
Gentlemen.
It's no big deal. So I think let these kids have a go. At least they can
Good on
see
you,
them
mate.
in the Premiership.
Fair
you know.
play to you.
Yeah, fair play, mate. Honestly.
So obviously next season I'll be there, first game. It's been a long time doing this. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I never thought after the Derby playoff shambles, I thought this is it. I'll never see Leeds in the top flight again in my lifetime. You know,
yeah, that one hurt, didn't it?
Oh, that was the worst ever. I think that's worse than the 75 robbery.
Yeah.
The Sunderland final, the Chelsea final.
You've seen it all,
worse
mate.
than all of those.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. And to Derby County.
Derby County of all people.
What goes around comes around, doesn't it?
Look off, Derby.
They're in deep shit.
They deep shit. Oh, yeah. They really are, mate. Yeah, they really are. It'd be interesting to see. I usually watch the post-game stuff, and I wanted to see what Sean Dyche's excuse was for today. I know
he wasn't too glowing about Leeds. He said a good side, but we had them in the first half hour, which they did start well. You know,
they did start well. Yeah, they did.
But we just were fab. Just a different class, weren't we, really?
I thought we were definitely found different gear, especially in those last 30 minutes.
Oh, some of the football were just vintage.
Yeah, I mean, I wake my neighbours up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
There was a passing play that we had, and I literally world samba football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wife's looking at me like I'm crazy or whatnot. Yeah, it was fantastic. Fantastic, but good result today. It's been a great season, lads.
It's been an absolutely fantastic season.
Yeah, no doubt. To wait 16 years before you guys see a top tier, and you guys are killing it. I mean, your other the other two teams that came up with you, they're shit. Yeah. You know, we're almost unwatchable.
Yeah, they really were.
You know, I mean, I don't really understand what happened with Sheffield United. Only because they did so well. They did so well last year, you know. But this year, you know, I mean, I know that they had, you know, Dean Henderson in the net. Is that really that big of a difference to lose him? I mean, he's a class keeper, but
Ramsdale's great. He did his job, you know.
Yeah, to what happened to Sheffield United, I think, is that I know every team didn't have the crowd in this year, but Sheffield United have traditionally got a very, very good crowd that gets behind a team. Quite and loud, maybe raises them. Yeah, very loud. I mean, I don't want to big up Sheffield United too much, but fair play to them. You know what I mean? Yeah, they are a good fan base. I'd take them over Wednesday any day. But
I would.
You know, but it's. I think they missed that. I don't think they're strengthened in the right places. And I think if a team ever is going to get found out, it was that team, really. I mean, you know, that flying winger, whatever it was, 5, whatever, at the back.
The centre half overlapping.
Yeah.
Which was O'Connell most when he's been out all season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then they had forwards like McBurney couldn't hit the side of the cows after the banjo.
No, he wasn't having a good year this year.
It's from Leeds, you know.
He's from Leeds, but he hates Leeds.
He was on our books, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, apparently he hates Leeds, that's what I heard anyway.
He's saying that now, but he didn't used to say that.
All right, Den Ori, all the way from Jakarta. Thanks for joining us.
I was going to say, Jakarta.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That is amazing.
You know, it's really kind of warming to see the attention that we're getting on this channel from just all across the globe. But a few weeks ago, I think we even had someone from Pakistan, which just blew me away. You know, just blew me away.
Someone said, Richard Wakeman in the comments was saying this show with Lolo, Mark, John should be everyone's first port of call. Always great content, and like it really is. So,
we do the best we can, even when we got to bring in Lolo on a cell phone.
For real, I'm not sure what's going on. Like, I'm hardwired plugged into my laptop, and it's saying like your Wi-Fi connection isn't good. I'm like, I'm not even. The Wi-Fi is turned off, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Wow, but I'm from India there as well. Look at that.
I thought Brooklyn had gotten the better of your camera set there or something. I'm glad it's not stolen.
What'd you say?
I said I thought Brooklyn had gotten the better of your camera set there, as in stolen.
No, No.
Yeah, the last thing I saw was Lolo going like this, and then the camera went off. I thought, well,
Yeah,
Lolo's,
it looked like you were like fighting someone off.
Yeah, no,
I thought someone was throwing him off the stoop. Get out of here, kid! It's too early for this.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
if you
there
don't
was a
start
guy who
snorting
walked.
leads,
A guy who walked by and was like, "Wait, is this a podcast? Is it about footy?" I'm a football fan, and I was like, "Oh yeah, scan." You know, I have our sticker on the back of the laptop, and it has the QR code and everything. So I'm like, "Yeah, just scan it."
Oh, no.
And then he walks up and he goes, "I'm a Chelsea fan." I'm like, "Oh shit!" You know what?
No.
Don't scan it.
You don't need
the
your
worst.
$3 a month. Go away.
Do you guys know the Lolo and Mark will more so towards you two? Do you guys know the Chelsea song, the Leeds Chelsea song?
And shoot the Chelsea
When I was a boy,
Yeah,
I asked my mother, "Should I be?
I knew you
Should I be Leeds
Should I be
United
Chelsea?
or
Should I be
Chelsea?"
Leeds? Here's what she said to me.
Here's what she said.
Yeah,
Watch
Lolo's
your
doing
mouth, my son, and go get your father's gun.
And go get your father's
Shoot
gun.
The Chelsea scum.
Shoot the Chelsea scum.
We hate Chelsea.
Chelsea. We hate Chelsea. Come on,
I hope
lads.
nobody snaps that on there. Oh,
Fantastic,
very good.
that, man.
Yeah, no worries.
It's just
no
crazy
worries.
to think
All in
that
good fun.
that halfway across the world and that
It's
people
stunning.
know that song. Amazing, isn't it?
Nah.
Yeah,
I just been
Oh.
stunned at this whole on the Stoop experiment. It's just been mind blowing.
yeah, it's
Well,
fantastic.
we have a lot of fun
Small
doing it.
world,
You know,
yeah.
we definitely have a lot of fun doing it.
Fantastic.
And
Well,
just the way that it's the way that this channel has grown and how we've tried different things and things that have worked and things that didn't work and the things that kind of work that we stick with. Happy hour has become like this really great kind of communal experience for a lot of us.
I laughed about an hour of it, and then it's,
or when what I really love is like we're getting ready to do our shoot, whether it be if I'm there live or if I'm at home or if we're doing it from the control room, to see fans already in the chat talking amongst each other is and while we try and sort our shit out, that's really great. It's really great to see that,
Yeah, I think I was bugging Lolo the other day via Instagram. I'm like, hey, is it on the Stoop today? Is there? And he was like, no.
Some days we don't even know. Some days, Lolo and I will be texting. He's like, "You want to do a show today?" I'm like, "Why not?"
I had the afternoon off, and I was like, "Oh man, the Stoop's going to be on," and then it didn't come on, and I was like, "Ah, shit."
I can't wait for the day where you guys are literally on every day. Like when you guys can just do that and be on every day. That's going to be class.
That's fabulous, but we have lives.
This could be it eventually, couldn't it?
This
could be your lives
very
eventually.
Well no, it definitely is. It's a lot of fun.
Keep your eyes set high.
Oh yeah, no. We want the world.
Yeah, that's where we're trying to get, guys. But let me just tell you what's been the most awesome for me with all of this is the community that we're building.
100%.
It's the community that we're building.
He's had his cell phone stolen now.
He's a bit overwhelmed with emotion right now and doesn't want that angle to be seen. But no, that's what it is. It's become, you guys talk about the Leeds family and the way that Leeds fans and family have embraced our show and has helped us create this family. It's really wonderful. It's really great to even get comments from our viewers that are like, "Hey, if you're ever in this part of the world, you got to look me up. I'll take care of you." We've got offers to come and visit in Australia and obviously in England, in Ireland, and just all around. Just the love that our viewers show us is just amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sorry, guys.
It shows you that the problems with football is a minority.
Yeah.
Lolo went like the Burnley defence there. Yeah, he didn't miss it. He just went missing for a while.
Muffled.
Yeah. I thought, just getting back to the game real quick, I just saw a couple of comments going on talking about Messi. I thought Messi made some massive saves today.
Yeah,
he's my man of the match.
Really big saves today.
Nice one, Mark. I was hoping someone would say it.
Yeah, no. I've been really impressed. He's just how he's progressed through the season,
unbelievable,
is amazing. And he's on a stretch right now where he's just been phenomenal. And he could easily give Dallas, as we head into the final few games of the season, he could even give Stuart Dallas a run for his money on the Man of the Year for Leeds.
Yeah,
quite possibly.
When you consider his age,
no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. You guys hang on to him because he's going to be the top.
Well, that's going to be the difference for us. I mean, when we've had players that have been decent before in the past, as these lads will know, that we've had to let them go. Chris Woods is a good example.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be a statement of intent from the Leeds board if we do keep players like Messier, who I think is going to be world class, and I think he's going to be the French goalkeeper very shortly. So if we can keep all the players like that and strengthen a little bit, I think we're on good ground. I really do.
For certain. I mean,
it's
a good.
Oh, sorry, Mac.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's a good position to be in for a team to have, like, you're gonna get to a point where you're like, how can we afford all these guys? How are we going to be able to keep them together? And I hope Leeds is going to be able to do that because I really like their squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. What do you guys think about Alioski? Do you think we should keep him, or do you think he's off? Do you think
I think keep him.
He's hot or cold with me.
Hot and cold as well for me.
Some days he's just absolutely terrible, and then like last week I thought he was great last week.
Last week he was absolutely fantastic.
He just leads.
Yeah, he does. I thought today he showed we call it the piss boiling side of his character, where he was just winding up the opposition and stuff like that, which is useful as well. You know what I mean? But I thought the greatest highlight today was Alioski's shot that didn't even go out for didn't even went past the corner. He had his triangle boots on as well. Jack Harrison's goal as well came from an Alioski miscue. That was going wide. But he's
Conche, I agree with you in the chat.
What did he say? Yeah. No, you're right.
Listen, I think Alioski, he's not going to cost you a ton of money. Yeah. And there's a bunch of known factors about him. You know his work rate. His work ethic is there. He does have some talent. He can pick a long ball pass. He's always moving forward. I mean, you've got a freaking left back wearing the number 10 jersey. So that just goes to show you where his mind is at. Like, he doesn't consider himself a left back. He'll just do it.
Well, he did both. Apart from the final third, did everything right, didn't he? Sorry, Lolo.
Yep. He played okay, I thought.
And to me, like, he can be the difference maker. I mean, he kept you guys from losing to Arsenal the first time we met you guys because he wound up Pepe to do something stupid, and then you had 10 men. You were playing against 10 men.
That's right.
That has nothing to do with the actual game of football that was being played. Mm-hmm. That's the mental game of football, which
that's the dark
is that weird factor that sometimes makes a difference in a match.
Yeah.
So I think you keep him. He's not going to cost you much, and he loves Leeds United.
Yeah, I think he's Leeds through and through. I really do. I hope we keep him. I think you're right. I don't think he's going to cost a lot in wages to keep. I do think we do need a proper left back, though. We definitely need an option for sure, 100%. I know Dallas.
And Alioski becomes that guy that you can bring in off the bench to sub in at midfield, to sub in on the wing, to sub in at left back. Just for a complete change of pace, a change of attitude on the pitch. If Cleese is having a bad day, throw Alioski in there, whatever. If Ailing is having a bad day or gets injured or something, there's just so many places that you can slot him in. Yes, he's not perfect at any of those positions, but I think he'll give you the effort. He'll give you the effort, and
I think the only
pull something magical out.
I think the only stumbling block is probably going to be money. I would think because Alioski's age, I would think this would be his last chance for a big contract. So it depends. Does he want to get that payday by moving somewhere else, or does he want to stick with Leeds? But we'll see. I hope we keep him personally.
I thought he committed to somebody else.
The Galatasaray, but then
don't even say the name.
Yeah, it was in the news about.
I didn't say the name. I just said I heard something.
Yeah. No,
I didn't say the name because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, good.
he Galatasaray. Yeah,
he's Turkish scum. Sorry.
Sorry.
There you go. No, he committed to him, but then he said he wasn't going to go there. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We'll find out at the end of the season. You know.
I think someone's had a word in his logo and said, "Wrong club, mate."
Yeah, wrong club.
Yeah.
But see,
Anybody about that?
And that's something that I'm talking about him. He very well could have been talking with that club and been like, "Oh wow, they're offering me a ton of money.
Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna have to take it." And then seeing the fans' reactions to that could very well have changed his mind.
I think it did.
I think he did. I really think.
And I think
we don't know,
I think there's a person. I don't think if Bielsa. I think if Bielsa is not the Leeds manager, or if Bielsa doesn't make his mark on all those players, I don't think something like that happens. You know, I think he goes to that club, but there is a good chance that because of Bielsa and the imprint he was talking about in the news recently about Alioski was about how Bielsa has left an impression on him and his life, and not just in football but outside of it, and how he carries himself. You know, and everybody says it about Bielsa, and he may very well have turned that down or decided not to go with that because of him, which is beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I think
Lolo, how you doing there today?
Yeah, Lolo's having a nightmare, huh?
Lolo's just sunbathing.
Yeah. I was going to say he's going to break out the SPF.
Looks nice.
My laptop is having a rough go of it. I don't know if we've finally. It's coming towards the end of the season, and it's like, look, I've done my work. I'm done.
It's a little knocked up.
Yeah, it's having a hard time. Did you try turning it off and on again? I did that, and so now it's still like it's still having a hard time. So I don't know. I may be cell phone for the rest of the day.
Give it a
good
shake.
The problem is I can't see all the chats unless they pop up on screen. So with my phone. But listen, guys, it's been a whole lot of fun talking to you. Did we get everybody's man of the match and everything? Did we get all that?
Yeah,
I think so.
We did.
I don't think I voted. I'm voting Llorente.
There you go, Steve.
Llorente?
There you go,
Llorente.
mate. There's a lot of noses football.
Oh, there we go. That's three.
So calm and placid. And
then me and Mark on the one-ups.
Yeah. I'm Melier for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue.
Yeah, who's your man of the match?
Oh, mine. Llorente.
You said
Lolo.
Llorente.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Llorente just because he kept you guys in the game. I just saw it would have been so easy to go down 2-0 in that first 30 minutes because Leeds United just did not get any possession. And Burnley were attacking so well. And some of the passes they were making in the beginning of the match, I was like, who the fuck is this Burnley team? But then in the end, you're like, oh,
yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're there. They had 8 minutes of passing the ball around, and then they resorted to lumping it upfield and trying.
They were a long ball team on the most of that game.
Yeah, they were.
Definitely a long ball team.
I thought so.
And then they get tired, and everything falls apart. So
yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
they look tired from. They look tired quite early on.
Yeah,
they were spent before Rodrigo came on. In my mind.
Yeah, I thought so.
You know, that's why. Look. If Burnley kept up with that, you know, was able to keep up to the pace into the second half, you know, Rodrigo with those goals, do they happen? Not sure, but they do, and he would be my man of the match. But by the time he came on, Burnley was going to lose that match.
Yeah, it's like we wore him down, and Bielsa's like, you know what, let's get Rodrigo on for a bit of pace, take Bamford off, which obviously I don't think Pat was too happy about. But
he never is.
No, he never is. But I like to see that. Rafinha wasn't happy about coming off.
Oh, Rafinha was super sour.
He was pissed. Yeah,
he was super sour when he came off.
Yeah, you know what? But fair play him. You know what I mean? You want that. You want him to be on the. You know. Yeah. We got 2 Lolos now. Look at that. double
Whoa,
Lolo.
2 for 1.
2 for 1
2
Lolo.
for 1 Lolo.
Laptop's back.
We're gonna,
Yeah,
whoa.
Get rid of the
Twilight
laptop.
Zone.
You got some Tyler Durden shit going on right there, man.
Tell you what, it's
House
the
of Mirrors.
alternative Lolo. Bizarro Lolo.
2 for the price of 1.
My computer is having a rough go of it today. It's too many Leeds fans crashing my computer.
This is it.
We'll have
Leeds
to
fans
see.
there, Leeds fans there.
Leeds fans
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, boys. I got to get out of here for today. I got to go to work. Thanks again for me having
Nice to
me
meet
on.
you, Bob.
Bob,
you
thanks
too,
for
mate.
coming on the show.
See
We
you,
really
Bob.
appreciate it.
Anytime.
And don't forget, if you guys are in Southern California, check out Retrovolt Arcade.
Yeah.
And if you
Discount
guys
for
are
Leeds
in
fans,
Leeds,
double price for Scum fans.
classic.
Leeds.
Don't forget, you can support Bob
Leeds,
from
Leeds,
afar
Leeds.
by going to his
MOT.
Instagram, his Twitter, all that. We should all be following each other on everything as well.
Oh,
because,
before I
Absolutely.
go, real quick, massive shout out to is it Paul H doing his artwork and stuff. I checking out his stuff yesterday. It's fantastic, mate. If you're watching, absolutely brilliant. Everyone should give him a follow.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's fantastic stuff. Anyway, I've got to get out of here, lads. Thanks again.
See you, dude.
Everyone
Cheers, pal.
subscribe.
All
See you
right,
later.
Bob.
You well, Bob. Thank you.
I'm going to jump out as well, guys. Thanks so much for having me on again.
Yeah,
and
fellas,
I really enjoyed it.
We're gonna call it a day as well.
yeah.
But
There you go.
Keith, great to see you. Great talking to you, and
Yeah.
Steve as well. Great
Thank you.
talking to you guys.
It's the highlight of my life appearing on the Stoop.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate that. We really do.
I love the program.
We love your support.
Ellen Road next season. It's all getting organised.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From Leeds.
I think we already
organised you a cheap hotel as well.
Oh, nice. No, we figured we'd just sleep outside.
We're just gonna sleep on the stoop up there, you know.
No, if you ring James or Mrs. James, I mentioned it to him. I've got a friend who works in a hotel chain in Leeds. She gets really cheap hotels, really cheap.
Awesome.
So
yeah, let's do it.
It's getting organised.
Nice.
Very
nice.
Yeah. Let's do it. We're all in on that.
A new Leeds fan.
I love it.
Texas Hog. I'm a new Leeds fan. Just started watching you. Keep it up. Thank you, Texas Hog, man. We really
I love it.
Where in Texas you from?
All right, Steve. Thank you so much for calling in, man, and call in anytime. All right,
man.
Later.
Thanks, Steve.
We got a Texas fan.
Yeah, man. It's Texas. I'm assuming he's from Texas. His name is Texas Hog. You know. All
right.
Maybe he just likes Texas. He likes Texas, and he just calls himself Texas. It's kind of like Buckaroo Banzai, you know. You had there was a character on there that were named after states or something like that. I'm not really sure. Or wasn't he even in Zombieland? Weren't they all? They were all named where they were from.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to
going off on a tangent here, aren't we?
Yeah, indeed.
Zombieland. Well, listen, I think we've talked as much as we can about this for now. I'm sure we will talk more about it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, as we were just talking about possibly going to Ellen Road next season, I don't think it's just a possible. I think it's a definite type thing.
It's all a matter of when.
It's all a matter of when, and when we do, we should definitely hook up with the entire Stoop crew and have like a huge party, huge live Stoop show where we're out on somebody's stoop. Somebody find us a stoop, and we'll go out and do multiple shows, and you guys can come and have beers with us. It'll be fantastic. But before that happens, before we actually get out to Ellen Road, I would love to see maybe in one of the first matches back that you guys can actually go to a match. I would love to see some photos of Stoop crew members meeting up and, with like a little Stoop free sign or something like that. That would just that would be amazing.
Absolutely. Texas Hog says he's from Austin. Have a Torchy's taco for me, man. Those tacos at Torchy's are delicious.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're
Austin
still
isn't-
around. Yeah.
Austin isn't technically Texas, though.
Oh, it is.
It's an island inside of Texas. Yeah. I'm originally from Texas as well. I don't know if you guys knew that about me, but yeah, not Austin. Way far away from there. But anyway, Mark, it's been a lot of fun talking to you. It's been a lot of fun talking to all the Stoop crew.
Absolutely, man. This has been a fun episode. When Leeds wins, it's always a blast.
Exactly. And we love talking with you guys all night last night. It was a long, wild happy hour last night. We didn't even get halfway through the trivia.
I know.
So,
I know.
But fantastic. So from me and everybody else on the Stoop and Director John over on his Stoop and Mark and all of our guests, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. And so we're going to call it a day, and I'm going to go watch my daughter play some football with the Lil Stoopers. So the Lil Stooper football crew. So we will see you guys in tomorrow. I don't know. We'll be live some other time.
Oh yeah, we'll let y'all know.
We'll talk to you guys soon. All right. So from the Stoop in Brooklyn, peace, y'all.